So, FM22 has been out for quite a while now, and we all have our favourite Wonderkid, the ones we hold close to our heart. Well, in today's video, I'll be showing you guys my Wonderkid Dream 11. These are my favourite Wonderkids that I've signed in this year's game. What I want you guys to do is let me know either your favourite Wonderkid in the comments, or if you're feeling generous, do your full Wonderkid 11 team like I'm doing in this video. Hopefully you can find someone new to sign in this video, but if not, we can at least reminisce about some amazing Wonderkids. So with that being said, let's get right into it. Now I know we're ready to go and have a look at my Wonderkid Dream 11, but before we do, just got to run through a few quick things. Firstly, if you could be an absolute legend and help us out here on the FMSCOUT channel, let's try and hit 300 likes, so hit that like button if you haven't already. Subscribe to the channel as well while you're at it if you enjoy this kind of content, and feel free, I really enjoy this one, if you check out my channel, linked in the description down below. We've just hit 7,000 subscribers over there. Let's play stuff on there with some rebuilds as well. Any support would be greatly appreciated. And final thing, before we do have a look at today's video, which is of course talking about my Wonderkid Dream 11, I'm very happy to say that this video is sponsored by none other than Top 11. Top 11 is a football management game available on both iOS, Android, and even on web browsers that's been played by over 240 million people worldwide. Chances are, if you enjoy Football Manager, Top 11 will be right up your street. In Top 11, you'll be trying to take your club to glory using your training, your tactics, and the transfers to make your club the best you can be. Now, if you have played Top 11 before, what you might not have used is the amazing new feature that's been widely requested, and they finally added it, 3D match highlights. Being able to see the player details and these beautiful animations in the full 3D glory is so good. And not only that, Top 11 allows you to collect jerseys, collect emblems, and even develop and customize your stadium, which is a very cool feature amongst many others in the game. To get involved in Top 11 and to download it, you can find a link in the description. All you need to do, click that, and you'll be able to download the game, which of course we here at FMSCOUT would greatly appreciate. So thank you very much to Top 11 for sponsoring the video. But now let's get back into my Dream 11 of Football Manager 22 Wonderkids. There was only going to be one answer to this, wasn't there? Giorgio Muradashvili, one of the best Wonderkid goalkeepers of FM22 and one of my favourite players, starts off my Wonderkid Dream 11. Not only is he a very good Wonderkid goalkeeper, up there with some of the best. I mean, Trubin is also very good, unlucky to him for not getting in the list, but Muradashvili starts off with a great base set of attributes, 6'6", the age of 20, and the best thing about the Georgian is on many occasions he's heavily available to be able to sign. Originally when you started the game he would have been on loan to Valencia from a Georgian team, but he is now signed permanently. However, after a few seasons I've still been able to sign this guy on a free and for a couple £1,000,000 in another save. He has the ability to be one of the world's best goalkeepers and is one of my go-to signings in every Football Manager save. The right back spot might be one of the most heavily contested positions for me to pick in this video. I had so many great options. It came down in the end to Livramento or Wilfried Singo, but purely because of what he did in the game for me, Wilfried Singo had to be the man. Livramento is very good average match rating wise and just in general the perfect wing back to have. But Singo is a physical monster, and it's only when you see him in an in-match highlight and you just see the 6'3" towering giant bombarding up the pitch quicker than most people, able to create chances in the final third that only the best players could and the best players might dream of doing. Singo is that good. The Ivorian playing for Torino has got everything he needs right from the off and only gets better and better. Looks like he's going to cost 40 million in this save. He is a premium fullback, but I've seen him available for 15-20 million pounds. Tends to be in a save he will get tired of Torino and asked to leave, particularly if they're not doing very well, and he then becomes a great option to be able to sign. Massive fan of this guy. I think he's got great potential in real life too. What a star, what a player. Onto the back two pairing. And these two are likely going to be very predictable. Whether you've watched my channel, watched me on FMSCOUT, or even just played the game of Football Manager, you will know about these two guys. I'm not saying any of the players in this list are completely outrageous, picks that you'll never have heard of. They're in this list for a reason. They're my favourite Wonderkids. Chances are a few of them are your favourites too, but don't forget to let us know in the description. So I apologise if you came into this expecting some 15-year-old playing in the Moroccan North Division, whatever it might be. No, Tanguy Nianzou, got to be in this list, hasn't he? 6'3", physically dominant, mentally dominant, technically dominant, playing for Bayern Munich right from the off. The Frenchman will cost you a lot of money, but is Well, I mean, he's pretty much guaranteed to be a world-class centre-back and has a potential to be the world's best centre-back. He is that good, Tanguy Nianzou. I managed to get lucky and buy him in my Newcastle save when I first started FM22, and that was back when heading from corners was massively overpowered. He was basically my top goal scorer for a season, Nianzou, partnered with the other guy at the back that we're about to look at, Benoit Badashila, the Frenchman playing for Monaco. Both of them are just chef's kiss centre-backs. They're both so good. Badashila even better physically, a proper aerial threat at 6'4". One's left-footed, one's right-footed. Put them together, the French connection will do wonders for you. Badashila is not priced as high as Nianzou might be, and usually if you wait around a little bit, he will want to leave Monaco. But try and go for him early if you can. This guy is an absolute animal. Like, those two together was my Newcastle pairing, and they teared it up. I was not expecting too much from Badashila. Nianzou, yes, but Badashila really surprised me with just how dominant and easy it was for him to settle into the Premier League. I think he's being linked with Newcastle in real life as well. So if Newcastle do sign him in real life, you'll know they got the idea from my channel, from my Newcastle save. But in all seriousness, you can check it out. We've got a new save on the way soon if you'd be interested in that. Let's move on to the left back. And for me, it has to be Luca Nets, a hero of my Wolfsburg save. We had Roussillon at first for Wolfsburg. Then we moved him on and got Federico Di Marco. Di Marco was good. We bought in Nets. And we completely forgot DeMarco existed. Nets was that good. And DeMarco is pretty top tier this year in Football Manager. But Luca Nets is on another level. The German 18-year-old starts off as a very good option in that left-back spot, particularly good at going forward, but he can defend too, particularly when he's developed. £30 million is a great deal for this guy. You're getting quality for years to come. To let you know how good he was, I think, based on how he looked, we got him on the lower end of his potential range in our Wolfsburg save. We signed him. He was world's best left-back for a couple of years and then moved on to join Manchester City. So he's obviously got some kind of capability there. A top option and someone that I expect to do well in real life as well. Luca Nets, the left-back for Borussia Mönchengladbach. If you haven't tried him, give him a go. Now, this is the reason why we do updated versions of this video, because I'll do my Dream 11 near the start, then we get all the winter update and all the new Wonderkids come about, and sometimes you just pick up on players that you hadn't used before, and one of them for me was Nico. He was always good in FM, don't get me wrong, but when I signed him in my Wolfsburg save, I was expecting an option at the base of the midfield to play every now and then. We'd signed in that same summer Tchouaméni, Kessie and Jude Bellingham, and I really thought Nico was just going to drop down the pecking order and we'll use him here and there. I did not think he would be the best of the four, but he was. The Spanish 19-year-old is the perfect player to be a deep line playmaker. We had him at the base of a diamond midfield on the defence duty. He did a great job. He's so good all around and he really can dictate a game, and often he will leave Barcelona. £25 million here right at the start is a great deal for this guy. He often has high levels of consistency as well, which really enhances his game in the middle of the park, and all I need to say about him is, without, putting him to the higher end of his range or anything like that, in my Wolfsburg save, after we left and simulated a couple of years, we found out he had actually won the Ballon d'Or on 2 occasions, I think it was. I did not expect it when I first signed him, but he was hitting 7.75 8 average match ratings across the course of a whole season. He's amazing. I think he's going to be a mainstay in Barcelona's team in real life as well. If you haven't tried him yet, give him a go and you will thank me later. Now, of course, there's Bellingham, there's Mariba, there's Jobberslai, but what I had to go with was Willett Swedberg. I love this man. Ever since I did the Wonderkid to Superstar on him, he's been a must sign for me. Is it because he's got great potential? Is it the model citizen personality? Is it the fact that his value is often a couple £1 million, if not less? I think it's all of them together, guys. Willett Swedberg is the real deal, playing for Hammarby IF out in the Swedish Premier Division. You can sign him for pennies, really, in comparison to some of these other players, and at the age of 17, he's got the mentality to be a star and the attributes to back it up as well. Good with both feet, with the ability to play pretty much any role to a decent level, so at the age of 17, you can mould him to play wherever and however you like. I'm a massive fan of Willett Swedberg. He broke countless records in the Wonderkid to Superstar simulation. If you don't already, I really would suggest loading in the Scandinavian divisions when you first load up a save. So many gems to be found over there for very good prices. Willett Swedberg is one of the best, if not my favourite, Wonderkid midfielder of FM22. Moving into the forward line, and this is, like I say, the reason we have to update these videos, because in the winter update came a young 15-year-old starlet by the name of Rooney Bargee. Now, I can't lie, I Didn't know about this guy in real life. I didn't know there was so much hype around him, but there's bound to be now if there wasn't already. The young Swede, born in 2005, and only just born in 2005 as well, nearly 2006, playing for FC Copenhagen, out in the Danish divisions. Straight away, this guy is good enough to compete on a very good level, and he's 15. Now imagine this guy at 17, 18, 21. By the age of 21, he's as good as most players will ever even dream of being. He's that good, he's got that much time to develop and that much potential, and you don't usually see a 15-year-old with decent attributes at all, even if they have high potential, never mind attributes that can rival some very good wide players. His valuation isn't too high, he can play in a variety of roles, good with both feet, and born to break the match engine. Rooney Bargee, I think he's going to be a star of world football in years to come. I really do. I hope this guy lives up to the hype because I'm so excited to watch him if he's anything like his Football Manager counterpart is. Despite a pretty serious injury in real life, there is rightly a lot of hype around Florian Wirtz of Bayern Leverkusen. He's a player that's considered to be the next Havertz for them. Obviously, not exactly the same kind of player as Havertz, but to develop another star German attacking midfielder in this Leverkusen team is no mean feat. He has a super high valuation, but he is very good right from the off at the age of 18. One of the best 18-year-olds you're likely to see in Football Manager. The reason I've picked this guy, obviously he's great. His valuation might put some people off, but I'm going back to my Wolfsburg save here. Champions League final. If you haven't watched it, seriously, just click on the video, forward to the point where he scores the goal. Basically, he scores the best goal I've ever seen in Football Manager, near enough, in a Champions League final to winners. Our first ever Champions League with Wolfsburg at the age of what? He was like 21, 22 at the time. It was incredible. I didn't have any words when he put it in the back of the net. So for me, he is always going to be an FM22 GOAT. I love this guy, Florian Wirtz. Hope he comes back strong in real life. I genuinely do think he is the real deal. Moving into the final two players now, and we've got some slightly controversial picks, I would suggest. I don't think many people would have these two in their Wonderkid Dream 11, but starting as the inside forward on the left-hand side for me is going to be the Norwegian Tobias Gulliksen. Another player in the Scandinavian divisions, available for a super cheap price, playing for Strømgodset out in Norway. You can sign him for a couple of million, and the 17-year-old is ready to do the job, not just in that league, but in a variety of leagues right away, and with development can become one of the most lethal inside forward, central midfielders. He can do both in world football. He is very, very good. Now on paper, I know there's probably better options out there. On potential range, there's better options out there. But for me, it has to be Tobias. I think this guy's absolutely fantastic. If you haven't tried him yet, give him a go, and I think you'll probably be in the same boat as me. My final player, my striker, is going to be quite a controversial one. There's a lot of better players out there for me. There's Adeyemi, who I think is fantastic. Got me so many goals, and we sold him for £210 million when we had him at Wolfsburg. Lorenzo Luca, Roberto Piccoli, but the one I'm going for as my striker in my Wonderkid Dream 11 is none other than one of the first Wonderkid to Superstars we did this year in Football Manager, one that did so well, Jason van Doyven. The reason I love this guy in FM is not only does he score an amazing amount of goals in the Wonderkid Superstar simulation, and like I say, did very well for the channel. I actually spoke to this guy. He saw my video on him on the FMSCOUT channel. He shared it around on all his social medias. I've followed him since then, and every now and then he'll post a highlight from his PSV matches, and you just have to watch it and go, I think Football Manager might have got this one right. I think he really does have a lot of potential, because every time I see him, he's bagging some crazy goals. Like, genuinely, do check him out. He is just on another level. And of course, he is one of the highest potential rated Wonderkids in that striker position this year. He's an approach to sign player who, even if he doesn't want to join, once you offer PSV £1.6 million, whatever it might be, then he's actually able to sign the deal, and he will often come and join you. It tends to be if you don't sign him from PSV, he might get stuck there in the youth teams, never really get a chance and never really develop. But if you go for him and give him a chance, you won't regret it. Like I say, personal preference, just because I don't want to say I know the guy, but I spoke to the guy, and that's enough for me. So Jason van Doyven is the striker in my Wonderkid Dream 11, and that finishes off the list. If you did enjoy it, don't forget to smash the like button. Thank you guys for all the support on the channel and my own channel. Subscribe if you haven't already, and thank you to the sponsors Top 11 for sponsoring my Wonderkid Dream 11. I feel like we found the perfect sponsor for this video, so thank you again. I hope you all have a great day, everyone, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.